Welcome everyone! In today's tactics puzzle we have a clash of two American legends, Bobby Fischer and Samuel Reshevsky, and unfortunately for Reshevsky, he's on the receiving end of a tactical blow by the 15-year-old Fischer. This is from the 1958 US Championship played in New York. Fischer had white. This position came from Sicilian defense, and this is actually a bit embarrassing for Reshevsky because already on move 9 he's given Fischer a winning tactical sequence. If you like, you can pause the video right now and take your time. The start of white's winning sequence is e5, attacking the knight, and whatever black does, material loss is inevitable now. I'll first show what other options black has and then I'll end with the game continuation. One move we can quickly rule out, and that is knight to h5 because g4 wins the knight and black loses. Going back, black's best chance would have been to take white's strong bishop, but here too white will end on top. First, pawn takes knight, allowing the rook to be taken, but then pawn takes bishop, and for the moment black's won a bishop and rook and white only bishop and knight. But that knight on a1 isn't getting out alive. Could continue rook to e8, and here it's very important that white first castles and not take the knight right away. If queen takes knight immediately, then black can first play e5, and then also d5, claiming the center but also threatening to win a piece with d4. If the queen still were on d1, then black wouldn't be able to play that move. White is still better, but it's not a winning advantage anymore. Therefore white first castles. Black can still go e5, but after the knight retreats, you can see that black doesn't have d5 anymore and the knight is simply hanging. Black can still take a pawn, but after queen takes, even though black actually isn't down material, white still has a winning advantage because black simply has no development. White has a number of simple but strong moves like knight to d5, bishop g5 and rook to d1, and black just doesn't have any play. But still, this would have been black's best chance. Now let's take a look at the game continuation. Reshevsky didn't play knight to h5 or knight takes b3. He went knight to e8, but this allowed the combination Fischer was hoping for. Bishop takes f7 check surely was a very unpleasant surprise, and however black reacts, white will have the same winning move. In the game, Reshevsky played king takes f7, but then knight to e6 ensured black would lose the queen. Now going back very briefly, you can see that whether black would play rook takes f7 or king to h8, knight e6 would win the queen all the same. But in the game, king takes was played, then knight to e6, and unsurprisingly everything loses for black. If we first check out king takes knight, well that ends quickly in checkmate. First queen d5 check, king f5 is the only move, and one way to checkmate is g4 check, king takes, rook g1 check. Now king f5 loses the quickest because of rook g5 mate. If instead king to h5, then queen to g2 and it's gonna be mate on g4, g5 or h3. If thirdly king to h3, then it's a simple mate in 2. And for completeness sake, if king to h4, then we have a mate in 3. First bishop g5, then queen to d1, and after the rook gives itself up, queen f3 is mate. However, none of this happened in the game. If we go back here, at this point probably most top players would simply resign, but maybe because of his pride, Reshevsky instead decided to take and give up his queen, and only on move 42 did he finally resign. Anyway, very nicely played by the young Fischer, and a nice opening trap I guess to remember. Let me know in the comments if you saw this trick too. If you enjoyed, please simply like the video, I'd really appreciate it. Tune in tomorrow for more great chess, so I'll be seeing you guys again soon, and take care.